Tommy Lounge, good evening. We having a good night so far? Fantastic, it's great to be here. I'm going to be honest with you though, it's great to be anywhere at the moment. My wife just got one of those fucking babies. Do you know what's crazy too is that she's already talking about having more of them, and honestly, she went through hell. Like she had to have one of those emergency Caesar salad, you know, the fucking comes out the sunroof or whatever the fuck it is. I had to talk her down. I was like, do you really think this is the best thing to do right now? She's on board now. She's like, you know what? Probably not. It's probably not a good idea. What about a little bit later on we look into adoption? And I was like, yeah, that's a wonderful thing to do, of course. Let's fuck him off. I mean, she has no business talking about it so soon. It's fucked. It really is. Although, also, I've got to stop saying so soon because we're like, what, June now, so he's nearly 7 years old. This is a fucking good age. I like this age because I'm starting to see his personality come out. Do you know what I mean? Like I look at him sometimes and he does or says stuff and I'm like, oh, he gets that from me or he gets it from my wife. Like those cogs, right? They're always turning. He's a very curious little boy. He said to me the other night, he goes, so the sun, right, at night time, does that turn around and turn into the moon? And he gets that from my wife because she's fucking stupid as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not much better. I can't understand how being pretend to be any smarter. Like, 'cause he catches me out all the time too. He goes, he just caught me off guard with this one. He was like, where do babies come from? And I was like, oh, fuck. Because you don't want to get that one wrong. Do you know what I mean? You don't want to sugarcoat it, but you also don't want to give him too much and sort of scar him. And I was like, oh, okay. So you know like when a mummy and a daddy love each other very much? He's like, yeah. I went, yeah, well, you fucking ruined that. And then... It's hard, man. It's hard knowing what to say to them. It's hard. And it's hard. The whole parenting thing's fucking difficult anyway. Like, out of nowhere, he became a really fussy eater. He was never like this before. But he bites into some stuff, right? And it's a texture thing. I know this now. It's a texture thing. Some textures make him throw up. So what I do, like, I'm not great in the kitchen. I'll put my hands up. But, like, say with his chicken, for example, right, is I'll cook it. And that has made all the fucking difference. So moving on, I'm a bit of an older parent as well. Like I'm 41, he is 7, and I'm trying to get in better shape. It's my wife, because she was like, she was filling out a form, right, and she was shocked that I didn't know what my blood type was. She was like, I just realised I don't know what your blood type is. What's your blood type? And I was like, honestly, I don't really have a preference. Like, I'm not fussy, house red, whatever, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And she's like, how do you not know this stuff? And this is when I knew I had to start lying, because she goes, do you check your testicles regularly? Now, Comedy Lounge, I told her that I do, because technically coupling them for a few seconds and then giving your hand a sniff, that's a check, right? You're clapping way too hard. You don't check them, do you? I don't check them though. This is the thing, this is why I don't check them. I've never checked them. I know how important it is, but I always thought, well, why is such an important medical examination been fucking outsourced to freelancers like me? Like, I don't know what I'm doing down there. Because what do they say? They go, check for lumps. Check for, mate, that's all they fucking are. They are 2 lumpy bags of lumps. They're nothing if they're not lumps. Ladies, that would be like your gynecologist telling you to check your own vaginas for flaps or whatever, I don't know. But, do you know what I mean? It's like... Well, I've got to take better care of myself. I started running, I fucking hate that. Have we got any runners in? Yeah. Yeah, you can fuck right off. Do you know, no, do you know, what I can't, are you one of those people who talks about the runner's high? Do you know those cunts who talk about the runner's high? They can get fucked. If you're one of the people that talks about the runner's high, can I suggest that you fuck off and try cocaine? Because that's not, do you know what I mean? Like, the runner's high is not an actual fucking thing. It's fake. I don't know where it comes from. And I've been going to the gym as well. My wife was like, you got to, you know, I like the gym, by the way. I like going at least. I don't like being there, but I like the drive there because it's just me. No one can interrupt me when I'm driving to the gym. But, I mean, I'm taking a piss a little bit because, you know, I live central, there's tons of gyms around me. I joined one in Alice Springs, fuck it. I'm like... But I've got to take better care of myself because my son, you know, he's relying on me a bit more now, he's a bit older. He's been getting picked on at school. Like, he came home and told me he's been bullied. Now listen, before you lot go, no, if you met him, you'd fucking get it, do you know what I mean? Like, I had to act surprised when he told me. I was like, did they make fun of how far apart your eyes are? He's like, no. I was like, fucking what? They don't call you Sid the Sloth? He went, no. I was like, fucking... There's no one in your class in Ice Age. What is this? No, listen, it really is, like, I'll take him to the aquarium, right, and all the hammerheads will fucking flock to him. Like he's their messiah or something. It's so bad. But, I need to do something about it, so I signed him up for jiu-jitsu. Brazilian jiu-jitsu too, because he doesn't have any pubes yet, so it's perfect. And he loves it. I knew he would too, because he's a super sporty kid, you know. He loves rock climbing and football. We did have him in swimming lessons, but you can't fucking get goggles for that, so forget it. But the jiu-jitsu fucking loves it, right? And it changed him, like, straight away. I could see the confidence in his eye and his other fucking eye. And he goes, I can beat you. I was like, mate, that's fucking amazing. That's because, you know, all joking aside, rough time, I want him to have a win. And he goes, get on the ground. I'm like, I'm not fucking what? And he goes, cause I didn't know this, but jiu-jitsu's like, it's just cuddling, but on the ground. Like, that's all it fucking is. And I was like, yeah, whatever. So I put the knife down. I get on the ground, and he just rolls on my legs for like 10 minutes. I'm like, what in the fucking, like, where is my money going? Do you know what I mean? Because I thought he's going to come out of this like a fucking assassin. You know, I'd be getting calls from the school, and they'd be telling me that he's just taken out 6 kids in the cafeteria, and I'd have to come pick him up. None of that shit. I had one call. They called me once, probably about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago. And they're like, mate, you're going to have to come and get him. And I was like, oh, what's he done? They're like, nothing. It's nearly midnight, for fuck's sake. Can you just... Comedy Lounge, you lot have been fantastic. Thank you so much. Cheers.